Hello everyone, my name is Affengruber and the name of my presentation is Improving Efficiency of Systematic Review Production. Now I will share the screen with you. The key question was which of the available methods and tools can improve the efficiency of systematic review production. The production of high-quality systematic reviews is a time-consuming and labor-intensive process. To explore methods or tools used to improve the efficiency of systematic review production, we conducted a scoping review. Our methods. For the search, we followed an iterative three-step process recommended by the Joanna Briggs Institute. Firstly, we conducted a preliminary limited focused search of Scopus in February 2020. We analyzed relevant studies to discover additional relevant keywords and index terms, and these were then incorporated in the search strategy. A second comprehensive search in November 2020, using all identified keywords and index terms, was undertaken across OVID, Embase, Scopus, and Web of Science. An experienced information specialist conducted all the database searches, and the comprehensive mainline search strategy was reviewed in accordance with the press guideline by another information specialist. In the third step, we checked all the reference lists, and we did forward citation tracking and a hand search in 2021. Our eligibility criteria, we included systematic reviews as well as primary studies that evaluated automation tools or web-driven methods, either retrospectively or prospectively. We limited the search to publications published since 1997 regarding methods, as this was the first mention of methods making the review process more efficient in published literature. For tools, we limited the search to those published since 2005, as this was the first mention of text mining modeling in published literature. We excluded studies that only tested algorithms or models in the development or validation stages, but not yet used in any tool. Study selection and data extraction. We did dual screening of titles and abstracts and full texts. We did dual data extraction. One reviewer extracted the data and the second checked it. For critical appraisal, we used an adapted version of the Probus tool and assessed the following items. If there was an internal, external validation available, the sample size, the topic area of the sample size, the intended users, outcomes of interest, utility of tool method, and if there's anything on user experience out there. For data charting, we extracted various items. For instance, study characteristics, topic area of the sample, workload reduction, time saved, and we summarized the results narratively and grouped them by the steps of the review process according to Zafner et al. And we identified gaps in the research. Our preliminary results. This is the PRISM study flow. We found around 6,000 references, and they were screened for eligibility, and we included 237 full texts, and from this full text, 57 were then included finally. We found 30 studies on methods and 27 studies on tools. Most of the method studies were on search filters, search strategies, or for instance, screening, single screening, dual screening, most of them on screening, and 27 studies on tools, most of them on screening tools, crowdsourcing with a tool, and many other studies. We mapped our studies, the included studies, according to the systematic review steps by Zafner et al. 57 studies were included, and most of the studies assessed tools and methods for the following steps: screening abstracts, 28, searching in the databases, 19, and devising the search strategy, 15. For the other steps, as preparation and administration, searching like deduplicating or snowballing, updating, obtaining screening full text, data extraction and critical appraisal, synthesizing and meta-analyzing, analyzing and writing up the report, we didn't identify a lot of studies. On outcome level, most of the studies, 50 reported validity outcome. Also a lot of studies, 35 reported workload reduction. Reporting of validity and workload reduction was very heterogeneous. Not a lot of studies, 12, 6, and 5 reported on impact on results, user experience, and saved costs. The intended users of most of the studies were systematic reviewers, 66%. 33% of studies addressed search filters, search methods, and therefore the intended users were information specialists. And only 2 studies were for guideline developers or HTA reviewers. Utility of method or tool, 51 of the 57 studies reported methods or tools that were freely available for reviewers or any other researchers. The limitations of our scoping review, the search was sensitive, but not specific for every method or tool. But I think we are giving quite a good overview of what is out there. We didn't conduct a formal risk of bias assessment, only based on the Probus tool. And the included studies are very heterogeneous. The research gaps, according to the systematic review steps, regarding review steps, evidence is limited to abstract screening, search strategies, and searching itself. But studies are needed according to preparation and administration, for instance, project management, formulating review questions, searching for existing systematic reviews, the search as deduplicating database search results, snowballing, and updating searches, for screening, obtaining full texts and screening full texts, and for data extraction and critical appraisal, for synthesizing and meta-analyzing, and for writing up the report. On outcome level, the evidence is limited to studies reporting on validity and workload reduction, but studies are needed on impact on results, user experience, and the cost saved. The conclusion is efficiency studies for guideline developers and HTA reviewers are also needed. And additionally, prospective studies across various types of reviews, like intervention, DTA, or prognosis studies, and across different teams and settings to better reach generalizable estimates. In the end, I wanted to say thank you to the activity forging group members of Working Group 3. Those are the names. Thank you very much for supporting this project. And now I'm available for questions. Thank you.